where Robert Mitchum, the sort of president of the network, comes in and says, we want to make shows for cats and dogs. Yes. And I've noticed from your intros that you're starting to slip into your show. It probably is a route you're going to go down real soon, is it?
And if they can somehow get involved with fantasy and esports betting, I'll be all over it. I'll be making fucking videos with string, just dangling it down. I'll be lapping up a little ball of cream. Esports balls, that's the best thing. You know I would. I don't give a fuck. I don't
George Galloway. What you would need to do is, and I forget, I think there's a clip of somebody plugging in a second mouse somewhere.
It was Dennis from Mouse Sports.
Yeah. Now, obviously, again, that shouldn't be happening.
By the way, just so we're sure we are real people, okay? And this isn't just like we're not just spilling some company line. When he reaches for that second mouse, watch the fucking video. He does it like he thinks he's reaching for a fucking dodgy cheap mouse. He doesn't just go, oh, look, I'm allowed to have these two mice. This is my other one. I'm just going to move this one. He goes like, oh, the fucking go like to the side. He sort of goes like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing it like you're the most suspicious person ever committing a crime? I mean, I realize, he's not exactly the smartest fucking person, is he? But even so, surely even you can figure that out.
I think some players have actually voluntarily said, keep my peripherals, or some have even come out and said I change them after every event. This is verifiable.
Not flushing though. But bizarrely, he said he had a lot of sentimental value in that mouse.
What is that?
Garbage is what it is. Imagine playing with someone doing that and going, fuck it. Listen, mate, if you win the game, no problem. But if we lose the game, I might end up having to do a fucking, Sergeant Pyle out of fucking Full Metal Jacket on this motherfucker if we lose some semi-final of a major because he's doing that shit. Just aim, you fucking idiot. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? So it's like, look, now... and
this motherfucker aims like Dossier fucking chills after he's won around.
The final point I want to make about all of this is that, do I believe pros are cheating? I believe right now there will be one or two, maybe three, a very small
per Brazilian team. Stop that.
Shall I just put in the intro at the end of this video?
Harmless banter.
Right, I'm a cheat coder, right? I make cheats.
That's going to be Clifford right there.
I make cheats.
Yeah, I make cheats. I'm a cheat coder. I make cheats. Richard Lewis will not be working the major due to a clip from a recent Twitch stream. $100 plus patrons.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again.
Looks like you're reading the patrons out.
Let's see if he comes back. Last time was only 5 seconds.
A $50 patron. Hang on, Rich. Sardsawar, Daniel Pamanov, Yodnov, Marcus Yunpar, CMFX, Carl Oscar Garcia, Humongous Watts, and William Southern. And it's been a good show. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll try and do stuff like...
You DC'd the entire patrons.
Someone.
Oh, he's gone again. Oh, he's back. Right, there we go. Right, do it again.
Is trolling me right now. Right, we'll do that again, shall we? Yeah. Oh, I'm kidding.
Oh, he did actually freeze it as well. I thought it was off.
No, I'm just good, just popping and locking. And there's another big name come on the market. Cutler. Cutler has now announced his free agency. So
mate, I don't think he could even get work as a fucking lookalike for Moses at this point.
I thought you were going to say lookalike for Cutler. That would have been
that would have been better in some ways. Yeah. The problem is though, there's no demand for a lookalike for Cutler.
Yeah, true.
So let's not get silly.
No, but is that a Rick and Morty t-shirt you got on?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I have a very high IQ. I don't know if you're aware of that, Richard. And
why are you a walking fucking meme?
Listen, now let's just get swifty.
Let's just get swifty, you little fucking schnufty.
Not bad, right?
Right.
So every time Vega Squadron won a game, hundreds of CIS people would tweet me, "What do you got to say about the CIS Minor now?" Would you know what I have to say about the CIS Minor, Rich?
Well, Vega Squadron weren't in it.
Yeah, they weren't fucking in it, so not really relevant, is it? You know why Vega Squadron's here? They made the last major and then fucking dropped down, and that's why they... Is anyone even following it? So apparently, they don't even watch the CIS Minor. Seems unreasonable to me.
I saw Markelov like tweeting out saying, don't know whether to laugh or cry, 0-3 in a major, but at least I got to play with my good friend Seized. And then Seized tweeted out something like, yeah, well, I was only a stand-in anyway, wasn't I? Peace out, bitches.
I'll give you the very quick version of why I don't have all my videos as a SoundCloud and RSS iTunes podcast stream. Because I have not found a way that adds up with any numbers from any test case I have seen that would make it worth my while monetarily to do that. Yes, you're right. Loads more people would listen. They'd listen in the car, on trains, while at the gym. Loads more viewers would watch Rich. You know the problem with that? People, I didn't say to people, yeah, but how am I going to make money? I'll make my money through people watching on YouTube. But that's the thing. When you get more viewers, you can then sell sponsorship and make the same money back. Why the fuck would I do that? So I have to now dedicate my life to making the same money back I'm making now, maybe, as opposed to just making the same money I've got now and not doing that.
We upload all our stuff on iTunes, mate. All right, we should stop as well. I'm sick of it, mate. Every time, Sam, you're uploading it too slow. I do this for nothing, mate.
I mean, I try not to say it.
It costs us money. It's like $200 for the fucking hosting drive. It ain't sound like...
It is an Emperor's Got No Clothes scenario, so I'm trying not to say anything because I don't want to wreck all you fuckers that I don't like. But it is rough, isn't it? It is rough.
Yeah,
they still don't get that though, because remember, it's Dota. You have entered the hallowed temple of Dota. You must fucking prostrate thyself. It is the CS 1.6 of games, though. It's like you've got all the hardcore fans, none of the casuals, except all the fake Chinese people who also don't contribute any money to ESL, by the way. Should we just go ahead and throw that out there? So again, I promise, I've told you last week, Rich, I can't keep saying this, but I don't want anyone to get killed.
I've always disliked those fake Chinese.
Let me just say this one point, okay? I will say this one thing to everyone in Dota, and by the echoing silence of nobody being able to come back, you will realize what a sham your entire ecosystem is. So you're told that there are streaming companies in Dota in China who are getting millions of viewers and paying people up to $1 million a year salary. Why aren't they in any way wanting to sponsor someone who does an event like ESL? They don't like money.
That's a good point.
It's almost like it's not real, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not even that. Like, I don't even think it's a bad idea. I remember those pop-up ads. I remember the internet when it was fucking gangland. You know what I mean? You'd be on Alta Vista.
Upper gangland style.
You'd be down there. And it was fucking dog shit. It was fucking dog shit, right? So, anyway... I had to
click on this ad to eat a Tide Pod now. Make the man eat a Tide Pod.
Yeah, you would do that.
Make him be sick and win an iPhone.
and then, right. So I'm working for the small media company, right? And I've got 12 people, right? And they're fucking...
Mate, maybe that's the solution. The only way we can save esports is by having fucking Tide Pods come in as a lifestyle sponsor.
As it come to this... As it comes to Tide Pods.
And basically, we're going to have Vince eat one because Quantum Bellator Fires made it to the playoffs. He has to eat all the Tide Pods.
On a sponsored stream.
Well, your Tide Pods.
Right? While I drink G Fuel at my own cost. Go on, Vince. Go on, son. As people can see, you're at the major right now. No matter where we are in the world, we're doing this podcast. I was in someone's fucking house on their table doing it the other week, right, with the blazing hot sun cooking my neck from behind. So I looked like some fucker out of like Lawrence of Arabia or something at the end of it. So anyway, all you need to know is this, right? We're doing all this shit, and then we have fuckers like, I've donated $1. I expect more of you.
Remember him. I chipped my dollar in, so you need, please, like,
dance you don't for my top.
You don't come to the board meeting, you cunt. It don't work like that. No one's going to get paid, and then you're going to wake up one day and be like, where did Daddy go? Daddy being your favourite content creator, and guess what? He fucking went the same place your real daddy went, where you don't know, to jail probably.
Cigarettes.
A fucking liquor store just to make ends meet, you fucking idiots. Anyway. Going to transition in now. Let's start by talking about Big.
How are you going to go from the fact that all of their fathers have left to go buy fucking stuff from a liquor store to like, let's talk about Big.
So let's talk about Big.
Tell you what, Hastro, you should be called fucking Hasbro the way you're just paying for toys, motherfucker. That's straight fire. That's fucking insane. How am I doing this?
Put that in your fucking album, mate. Save
Timestamp
those
that
parts.
and put that on my feature on my new album.
Yeah.
So when I was looking up all the details for my KNG video I did the other day, I actually found, you won't believe this, but believe it or not, one of the best stories I found about it was on fucking Polygon of all sites. And their news post actually did a really good job of actually telling the story in chronological order and linking to external sources until, are you ready for this? They linked to a clip from our show, but what they said was, and this is where they gave away classically that they know nothing about esports and definitely don't watch our show. They said Richard Lewis even had Thorin back on his podcast to talk about the matter. Say, I'm on every episode. Literally every episode ever. So
there is no by the numbers without you.
I know, it's mental, isn't it? I'm not a guest, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, I haven't invited you on. I'm stuck for a guest. I'll get Duncan again.
Believe it or not, guys. Yeah, that dude who sits on the couch on fucking Conan O'Brien, he's just a guest that won't leave. He's actually part of the show. Andy or whatever his name is, isn't it?
Yeah, Andy.
And then, just as a sort of footnote to the grand tragi-comedy that was KNG's fucking, thoroughfare through professional Counter-Strike, he only goes back to Brazil and ends up on a team called Virtue. I'm out. Fuck this. What mad simulation bullshit is this? Do you know what I mean?
I know, that is just like
that.
That is just like the fucking writer's room was just bang out of ideas and we've got to come up with something that's fucking going live in 10 minutes. I don't know. He joins a team called Virtue, works out in the end.
The tweet at me was, the premise was that because I didn't think Seized had thrown that game against the UK people, I'd been bought off or threatened and put on an accidental death list by ES Force. That's what this guy was tweeting.
I love the way they forward it to you. Are you Richard Lewis? Yeah, why? Why are you on our accidental death list? Can I get off that, please? Nah.
That must have been an accident. Then I got on the accidental death list. And that God B is a fucking mastermind, but he's going to give up a lot in terms of kills and fragging potential, so you must balance that out.
It's just a mind. That's the problem. He's like Krang without the fucking guy's body to get inside, isn't he?
So, yes.
That was the only solution. That's how you upgrade big. You get Keeve, you give him a fucking lobotomy, you wouldn't have to do much. You just fucking swirl a fucking Q-tip in his ear, wouldn't you? And then you put God B, his brain inside his stomach, and there you go. You've made two players into one in a hideous fucking Frankenstein-esque creation.
And apparently the news has come through that they're trying out Niels Luca Jaziek, who, I know. Well, he got a VAC ban, didn't he?
Yeah, did you hear the explanation of it?
What was the explanation for his
Can you teach us how to cheat?
He had Dota 2 Reborn open in the background, and then he opened CSGO, and apparently if you open 2 VAC games, it gives you a VAC error. So he got banned on his main account, then he opened his Smurf and tested it again. He got banned on that one, so he wrote a letter to
wait a
Valve.
second. Wait a second.
The manager said this.
But wait a minute though. Why he's got VAC ban? Fuck, that could affect my career. Let me just test my other account.
Second. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense.
No, but I mean,
apparently they went to Valve with this evidence, and then Valve unbanned him and said, "You're clear of all accusations." Apparently.
So Valve have said he's clear.
Yeah, that's what the big manager said.
So they've unbanned his VAC banned account.
Yeah, he's no longer VAC banned.
Interesting.
Taz claims that basically Luke had managed to get the money. He'd gotten the 25k and he just kept it all for himself. And that there's this ridiculous story where one day Taz is like in his room or something and he hears this sound outside his room, like, so he just goes to the window and he looks out and he just sees that Luke guy on a brand new motorbike, just looking up like, and then he just fucking, like a movie, just doesn't say anything, just drives off like, right down the street. And that's the last, that's the head of the cunt. So just going to say that's the, again, I have to point out Taz's words. I don't know if this is entirely true, but that is the person that is being alleged to have said all these things.
Look, this for me is a key time for Shazam. Cajun B is stepping aside to give him the AWP. So, Shazam for me, every time he's got into a big team in the past when he's been in a purple patch of form, he's fucking choked a little bit. Like, yeah, he did it at Cloud9. Stop it.
That's why he's so popular, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right. And then
right, keep going, yeah. one free pass to any cryptocurrency tournament organizer that hires Anders to do all the BitConnect shit on stage live. I will give you one free pass just because that will be glorious. And he could do it, by the way. He knows every word of that fucking thing. He's watched it about 700 times.
BitConnect! So there was an interview on German website 99damage.de, right? A Magisk boy, you know, the big surprise fucking moved to Astralis, left Optic Gaming. The interviewer asked them, what's it like? What's the difference in style? And he says, of course, there are certain similarities, but Glaive's in-game leading is generally much better, at least from what I've experienced so far. For MSL, I would say that he should work on being a better player individually, especially if he wants to keep playing in the future. So what do you think of that?
Let's just put a few home truths out there. So, all right, Magus, since apparently you also have taken the MSL pledge to only speak the truth, let's just go ahead and point out that, first of all, when MSL would call those strats and, he thought they would fit and they just didn't. You're a big part of why, you daft little cunt. You were a 0.6 FPR player who was just getting all the spots and doing nothing with it. You being unable to do that little circle spray onto someone with an M4, that's a big reason why. You know what happens when Glaive calls a strat, don't you? Fucking Dupree just kills the guy, doesn't he? He doesn't have to go, excuse me, Dupree, can you kill motherfuckers with a gun? Which is the only thing you can do, since I'm the brains. In that scenario, like, come on. And then you've got to add in, no sour grapes there then, is it? You only booted your ass out. So you had to go crawling on your hands and knees to get some of that fucking green wall money, eh, motherfucker? Meanwhile, you would have been, if Glaive hadn't literally, like fucking Jesus reaching down to a leper, pulled you out of Optic because he had no options left. If he hadn't have done that, you'd be fucking nowhere right now, mate. You'd be still in NA.
You can't do that. You can't drop Jesus reaching down to a leper on me. Holy shit.
I'm just saying, Magus, if you like a bit of the old trash talk, you got to take it, So,
fucking hell.
But I will say, with all that said, Claire probably is a better in-game lead, to be fair.
Yeah.